Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Got a cute Valentine wreath for you today. We've still got several weeks until Valentine's and thought I better squeeze this project in before it's too late. Back last July, I did a 12 Days of Christmas and I came across a red velvet steering wheel cover. All I did was stretch it on one of those 14-inch wreath forms at the Dollar Tree. It made the cutest Christmas wreath with it being red velvet. Well, I was in there last week and I saw this black and white checkerboard one. And I thought, you know, this just kind of reminds me of the Harlequin design. Even though it's checkerboard, you still get that Harlequin vibe when you stretch it on the wreath form. And here are the embellishments. This wreath will cost you $3 or $4, just depending on what you already have. A little bush of the red roses. I had some pink roses in my stash. The ribbon I'm going to use, I had a couple different choices here. I thought the burlap and lace from Dollar Tree would be really pretty with the pink roses. But I'm really thinking I'm going to go bold since my design on my wreath form is bold too. The red burlap from Dollar Tree and some black lace. You can find black lace pretty easy. Even the cut lace at Hobby Lobby won't cost you but $1 or so. Most everyone is familiar with all the cute little picks and things that Dollar Tree has to put on a wreath. So, you know, you could make this wreath as elaborate as you want it to be. But I think I'm just going to stick with just a few florals and a bow, and I think it'll look really pretty on my door. So I'm gonna set the tripod up and show you how quick it is to assemble this wreath. All right, the first thing I did is I went ahead and just put a little bead of hot glue down the strip of my burlap, attached my black lace onto my burlap, and that way when I get ready to make my bow in a few minutes, my two pieces will be already ready to go. It's just a little over a yard of burlap and lace. I took my tag off of my wreath form, and I found if I flip the wreath form over, it seems to want to catch a little better. I don't know why, maybe because the wreath form is curled up, but it may take you a second. But the good thing is just keep stretching it and you can get it. I may luck up and get it the first time. If you hold it just right, yeah, I think I'm going to get it the first time. But it will fit on there perfectly. I know the Dollar General wreath forms are only 12 inches, but I think this 14-inch is the size you need for these steering wheel covers. So just play around with it till you get it evenly all around. All right, and I noticed once I got it on there, there is a seam to the steering wheel cover, so that is where I'm gonna put my floral and my bow. I'm just gonna put this to the side for a second, and let me show you that like all my floral, this is what I always do with a lot of my wreaths. I just pull the whole flower off and just put the stems to the side because I'm not using the stems. And then I always keep a stash of greenery. So I'm gonna bring my wreath form back over. I'm gonna be mindful of where my seam is, and I'm going to put my greenery down first. I'm going to take up a good third of the wreath. I'm making sure that I've got leaves hanging off both sides, inside the wreath and outside. All right, so now I'm just going to start placing my flowers. I've got 5 red and 3 pink. There's no right or wrong way. Once I get my flowers hot glued in place, I can look and see where I have little holes. And if you have some little baby's breath, you could stick actually another leaf in there or any little piece of floral you have just to fill in the gaps. That's when you can put little picks or all kinds of things you can find to add to a wreath to fill in the holes. Like I said, it can be as elaborate as you want it to be. Now, and I'm gonna work on my bow. I need to consider I only have 40 inches, so what kind of bow can I make with that? Cut myself 2 12-inch pieces, and then I took the last 12 inches or so that I had and cut them in half again. So these are actually going to be my tails. I'm going to take these 2 loops, flatten out that loop, and I'm going to take some of my black lace and wrap the center. So it's going to make a double loop bow. And then I'm going to take the tails and actually glue them to the back, and it will look like it's a tied bow. But I was able to make this with just 1 yard of ribbon. All right, friends, for less than $5 and 5 minutes of your time, you could create a one-of-a-kind Valentine wreath like this. Love the way it turned out. I hope you enjoyed this little project. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back in a few days. Bye-bye.